Good morning, children. How are you all, my little ones? Are you all doing good? Children, today we'll be doing General Science, Chapter 12, The Earth's Seasons. It's in page number 97. We are going to do the seasons of the earth and how it is caused, how a season formed. This we are going to do in this chapter. This is a very important chapter. The earth is the third planet from the sun. Everybody knows this. The earth is the third planet from the sun. It is made up of rocks, water, and air. Can you see the picture of the earth? This is how it looks. It contains rocks, water, and air. Like other planets, it is always moving because of its rotation and revolution. Okay. Now, equator, axis, and orbit. These are the things which we are going to do in this paragraph. Now, what is equator? Now, look at this picture where the earth is shown. Can you see that? And the earth is divided into two halves with a black color line. That is the equator. Equator is an imaginary line. Children, there is no such black line drawn on the earth. This is only the people who write geography, who write these books, and who are the mm, people who work on space, the people of NASA. They have made these kind of thoughts and views that the earth is divided into two parts. Equator is an imaginary line. Equator is, it goes around the earth like a belt around your waist. It divides the earth into two parts. The upper portion is called the northern hemisphere, down it is called the southern hemisphere. Can you see the picture? I'll show you the picture here. Now see here. The top portion is the northern hemisphere, then down it is the southern hemisphere. That black band going on is the equator, These are the imaginary lines. All these three, equator, axis, and orbit, all are the imaginary lines. This is not that on the earth you will find any line going like that. That is been created by human beings. We have made it. Map also, in the same way we have made map. In the same way, these kind of things, they have to be, human beings had to make it a difference. Why it is cold there, why it is hot here, why it is so hot near these places. That's why they made an imaginary line on the globe. Got it? So equator is an imaginary line. It goes around the earth like a belt around your waist. It divides the earth into two parts, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Now children, the earth's axis, next we are going to do is the axis. We did equator, now we are going to do the axis. Axis is also an imaginary line. Now see the axis here. Can you see small lines drawn from south pole to north pole in this picture? That is the axis. Can you see the axis? The earth's axis is also an imaginary line. The topmost tip of the earth is called the north pole. Right on top it is called the north pole. At the other end of the earth, directly opposite to the north pole, lies the south pole. Can you see down south pole? The axis is an imaginary line. Underline these. It is already underlined, but you have to learn these definitions. The axis is an imaginary line passing through both the poles. This line is passing through both the poles, that is north pole and south pole. The earth's axis is slightly tilted. Tilted means thoda sa teda. Can you see the tilt of that earth's axis? It is slightly tilted. The earth's axis is slightly tilted. So the earth's axis is also an imaginary line. The topmost tip of the earth is called the north pole, at the other end of the earth, directly opposite to it, is called the south pole. The axis is an imaginary line passing through both the poles. The earth's axis is slightly tilted. Now next is the orbit. The orbit of the earth is oval. Can you see the down picture? Can you see this picture down? There is a path. Second picture, there is a path given. It's oval in shape on which the earth moves round the sun. That is called the orbit. The orbit of the earth is the oval path it takes when it goes around the sun. Next is the earth's movement. Let us learn about the two movements of the earth, rotation and revolution. Rotation and revolution. Now, this picture which I am showing you is the rotation. You know, earth moves on its axis. Like other planets, the earth also spins like a top. आपने टॉप को देखा, लट्टू को देखा घूमते हुए, उसी तरह से अर्थ घूमता है. कैन यू सी दिस अर्थ? वी से दैट इट रोटेट्स ऑन इट्स एक्सिस. इट टेक्स 24 आवर्स टू फिनिश वन रोटेशन. अर्थ के एक रोटेशन को अपने ही जगह जब वो घूमता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड रोटेशन. ओके, इट टेक्स 24 आवर्स टू फिनिश वन रोटेशन. How much time does it take? 24 hours. This time is equal to 1 day and 1 night. इसको हम कहते हैं आधा दिन और आधी रात. 1 day and 1 night. Why do we call it 1 day and 1 night? Because it takes 24 hours to finish one rotation. The side of the earth that faces the sun, जो sun को face कर रहा है, it has day. The opposite side has night. और उसकी जो पीछे वाला portion है, that has got night. Just now we are having day. And after, when the sun sets, it starts getting darker because we must have been rotated half of the portion, and our back is at the sun's side, back. So our India becomes dark at that period when it is away from the sun. That is the night. So you have understood the rotation, and now next we are going to do the revolution. Revolution, while rotating on its axis, the earth also revolves on its orbit around the sun. जैसे ही रोटेट हो रहा है ना, तो उसी तरह अर्थ क्या करता है, सन के चारों ओर रोटेट भी, रिवॉल्व भी हो रहा होता है. सी दिस पिक्चर. अपने ही जगह रोटेट होता है, फिर थोड़ा सा चलता है, फिर रोटेट. इट कीप्स ऑन मूविंग, इट डजंट स्टॉप. इट टेक्स टू motions, one rotation and one revolution. Rotation is on its axis and revolution is on the orbit. It has a path is given to it. It keeps on moving. While rotating on its axis, the earth also revolves in its orbit around the sun. It takes about 365 days. ये देखो, can you see the picture? This is the sun and earth is moving around the sun also, and it takes full 365 days. That means 1 year to finish one revolution. This time duration is equal to 1 year. 365 days means 1 year. It takes about 1 year to go round the sun. Earth takes how many days? 365 days. That is about 1 year to go round the sun. So children, you should know the difference between rotation and revolution. Rotation and revolution. Why? Rotation means it takes only 24 hours and it spins on its axis, takes a turn like a top. आपने लट्टू देखा होगा जैसे घूमता है, rotate होता है, that is called rotation. Which moves round the sun. Sun के जो चारों ओर जो घूम रहा है, that is called revolution, and it takes 365 days. That is 1 year to go round the sun. Now here they are showing you the rotation and difference between rotation and revolution. First is rotation, and second picture which is going round the sun is revolution. Children, you will get a difference. You can get in definition form, what define rotation or revolution, or give the difference between rotation and revolution. So with this you will come to know the difference. Just imagine this picture, how it is rotating on its axis and how it is revolving round the sun. Children, in today we'll do only this much. One page, that is page number 97 only we'll do, and second PDF I'll send of page number 98 and 99. Okay, along with this I'll be sending you the PDF of fill in the blanks, definitions and diagram. Definition and diagram, you have to do it in your copy, children. So do all your work in the copy and don't lose the PDF, because we will not be sending you the PDFs again. We delete after sending you the PDF. Teachers delete the PDF, so we don't have the PDF. Okay? So children, have you understood the difference between rotation and revolution? And you have understood the three imaginary lines that are equator, axis and orbit. Equator and axis are imaginary line, and orbit is the oval path, that is also imaginary. Okay, God bless you children. Take care. Have a nice day.